the first band I was really inspired by and just thought, man, this is rock and roll. I saw them live. I thought of the Mars Volta just immediately, because this time I saw them was at a place in Tulsa called Cane's, which is just like the greatest place to see anyone. And it was just them for 3 hours straight, no opener, no talking. It was just insane, awesome music.
What inspired the newest record was whenever we thought about and were trying to go about writing the newest record, we knew we wanted to play music like the type of music we listen to. So at the time we were listening to bands in the 60s, psychedelic rock music, we were listening to Motown records, we were listening to The Who, The Monkees, The Zombies, bands that had made a name for themselves in a certain genre. And while we didn't want to stay in a certain genre, we wanted to take all of those pieces of all the things we like to listen to and just kind of have a Taddy Porter version of all that business. So it would have to be, if I could put a decade on it, it would be the 60s, give or take a few years, maybe a half of a decade on either side, and that's how it came out.
Yeah, we were really worried about that. The first album was in a direction that we weren't opposed to, but we were also very new to the recording industry and music in general. We were pretty green. So going in there, we mainly listened to the producers, and the product that came out was really great, but we didn't feel that it totally stated what we were trying to go for at the time. So with this album, we got total freedom to go in there and do exactly what we wanted to do. And although it is a little bit different than what we have done before, it's still us, and even more so than the last album. So we put a lot of heart and soul into it, and we were afraid that fans were not going to like the direction that we went in, but as well we were also excited to make new fans with a new direction of our sound.
Usually Kevin comes up with a great cover song, and that's what happened with She's So Heavy when we did that by the Beatles, which was really a great one. We're actually in the process of trying to top that one, I think. And we're still looking for it, but we may have one. I can't release what that song is right now.
Don't tell them.
But we just kind of pick one that everybody's into, and then we start jamming on it and get to where we can play it, and then that song then evolves live, which is kind of cool to go back and watch videos like of what, like She's So Heavy is a great example, because we started, yeah, it sounded very much, we tried to be, you know, play as close to the Beatles version as we could, and then eventually it became like this like monstrous rock song.
Since we've been out on the road, I have to say, we played a show in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were out tour with a band called Filliger, and we hadn't been on the road for a long time, and so trying to judge or just kind of guess on who's going to come where was something that we were just curious of. And the good thing about it is when we went to, say, Atlanta, Austin, Chicago, those were the cities that the most people came out to the shows. So I'd say Atlanta had the most people on a Wednesday night, and people were excited, people were digging the new songs, people were definitely, you could tell that they were fans of Taddy Porter. They were wanting to hear their favorite song off the first record, and if we just so happened to be playing it that night, then we would, but Atlanta, Austin, and Chicago pretty much had the same cool, lots of people, good vibe, responsive to the new music, which pretty much made us, I guess just gave us the, what's the word I'm looking for?
Reassurance.
Yeah, kind of reassurance, just the optimism, or just people are digging it, so we're like, okay, we did it, we're going the right direction. We're just glad that people were like up there and then they just left. Then we probably take it as it's not a good thing, but they stuck around, and so yeah, those are the big cities, which is great.
Well, like with the CD release shows at Cane's and Wormy Dog, I mean, it just felt, I'll be honest, like while on the stage at Cane's, I felt like I was floating. It was just like so awesome to finally be like, Cane's, I was told I was in the band at Cane's, like at a Wolfmother show. Like Doug and Andy told me I was in the band, and it was just like, I'm actually on the stage now and people are singing our lyrics. It was just, I don't know, I don't know a way to describe it. It's kind of like, I don't know, I imagine